Welcome back, everybody, to the survival world, and it looks like we have just gotten a visitor. But we are back here at the building, the new building that I started in the last episode, which will soon house a few masons so that I can buy bricks from them. It's the main reason. And in the last episode, let's see what. Yeah, nothing important. Who would have guessed? Oh, also I got a little puppy. But yeah, in the last episode I said that I don't really have a good idea yet for... Excuse me. I don't really have a good idea yet for what I want to do as the interior for this space where I want to house the masons. And the truth is, I still don't really have a good idea. But I decided to just... select a few, that's for later, select a few resources, bring them over here and just kind of go for it and see what I land with. So yeah, let's do exactly that. Let's see where it goes. This was very much a let's just place blocks and see where it goes kind of project. You saw it already in the time lapse. We have basically these 6 little nooks for the masons, and I've already put them in. As you might remember from earlier episodes, I do have a little villager farm set up, and I just minecarted them over here. On this side of the room there's these 2 like artsy gallery-like just walls of paintings, which I think look quite nice. It's a bit like graffiti or something. And then in the floor is this just little garden, basically, to make it just a little more interesting, this room. But yeah, the color palette is very similar to the interior of the actual base. So we have the warped and the bricks, of course, which makes sense since that's what we're here for. But also some stone mixed in. I just really like this color palette and with the oak. I know a lot of people don't really like using oak anymore because it's like the cliche Minecraft wood, like the one from like 2012 or whatever, and we now have much fancier ones. But I think mixed together with the turquoise and the reddish of the granite, it looks really good. And then to blend it all together, the light grey of the stone bricks. Yeah, I like it. Right, but yeah, we set these up to buy bricks, and I have a ton of emeralds from trading with my farmers, so this is what I'll be doing for the next I don't know how long, because I do actually need a lot of emeralds. I'll show you really quickly what for. Because we have this big space back here behind the farm that I still haven't really worked on. I did terraform a little bit to make it look a bit cleaner than it did before, but I now want to kind of get to this, because the ultimate goal is to, of course, basically have worked on every bit of this group of islands that we're living upon, and this is like a big space that we haven't gotten to already. And the thing I want to build first is a theater, and I think it would be nice back there. So that's what I'll be needing a lot of bricks for, because as I said in the last episode, I want to introduce more bricks to the color palette so that everything isn't as beige as it is at the moment. And yeah, this theater will be a way of doing that. So I've been working on the theater for a bit now. I didn't really manage to do a time lapse for this build, sadly. I had some issues with the file and it just didn't work out this time. I guess we can just do a dramatic reveal instead, so ta-da! So basically it's the simple half circle. We already have a bit of an audience. I'll probably be adding more people, because it's a bit too few, I feel like, for this space. But they take quite a while to make, so that's why I stopped for now. Right, so we have a few people, like these 2, just kind of lounging, sitting around, watching the stage, which I will get to in a second. Then I really like this part. This is a guy selling drinks to the audience, and someone buying one for their little kid. And then we have another child over here asking for a drink itself. Yeah, just a few more people just sitting around, and then there's one kid with an ice cream cone, and we have this guy with a walking stick. So yeah, that's what I got for the audience so far. Now about the stage, I've been thinking about what kind of play I would like to depict, and I think I'm just gonna go with the classic Romeo and Juliet. So I'm gonna put up like a little tower here on the right, with a balcony of course, with Juliet on it. And I guess it should be facing mainly the audience, right? Since that's what actors tend to do, I guess. So let's do it kind of like this, in this shape, open to the back, because obviously it's just a stage prop. But yeah, detailed in the front, I guess. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I did also, by the way, as you can see, try out another custom tree, like in the last episode, because I really want to teach myself how to do those better. And I think it turned out fine. I was going for the like willow look with the droopy leaves, but I think the trunk is fine. Just the leaves I tend to make a little like, yeah, it's just kind of like this blob, you know, of leaf blocks, I guess. But yeah, I think it's fine. I do like the lanterns a lot hanging out of the tree. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Right, but now we have the tower in. It's time for Romeo and Juliet, of course, to be put onto their stage. I think for Juliet, I'm just gonna use my own head, and for Romeo, maybe a villager head. Okay, so I think let's do maybe Juliet first. So let's get her up on that balcony. Armor stand goes in, perfect, and the head. And I'm just gonna go with white clothes for her, I think. Obviously we don't have dresses in Minecraft, but this will do for sure. I'm gonna use the preset pointing and then kind of work my way from there. Oh, let's give her also arms maybe. Would help. There we go. Let's turn her a little bit, maybe 15 degrees in this direction. And she's of course going to be looking down to Romeo, so we also have to adjust the head. Yeah, I think that's... oops. I think that looks pretty good from the audience perspective, which is of course the important one. Yeah, I do like that a lot actually. Right, so let's get on to Romeo. He's going to be standing right here in the front, so that he's going to have a good line of sight, I guess. Maybe one more back with Juliet. He's a handsome fella, isn't he? He's gonna get the chainmail armor. I'm gonna wanna have both of his arms up, so let's let them point towards my head. I also want to give him a sword hanging by his side. Is that too big? No, I think it's fine. First I need the right angle, so let's move the arm back. That seems like a good angle, okay. And then last but not least, let's make the stand invisible. There we go. Oh yeah, that looks awesome. I love it. Okay, and... oops. And we lock it. That actually came out great. I mean, this bit of the stage looks a bit empty. I might want to add a bit more detail and like props to it. But I think I think it looks good. It looks very alive, I think. Yeah, let me know what you think about it in the comments. And yeah, as I said, I'll probably add a bit more over there on the stage, because it does look a bit barren, but yeah, I like Juliet in her tower. Okay, now that this is pretty much done, I want to talk about this area at the back of the theater. And I kind of terraformed it up into this little plateau. And there's supposed to be buildings on here, and they're gonna be similar to our buildings over there, like in color palette and feel, of course, because as I mentioned a couple times before, I do want to keep the Mediterranean style throughout this group of islands. The difference is just going to be that I want this area and just probably the entire back of the farm basically to feel a bit more city-like. So these buildings up in the front, they're more like the suburbs, I guess, or the countryside of the area. And then this is where most of the people actually live, right? So yeah, that's what I'm gonna get started on doing now, adding some city houses on here overlooking the theater. And yeah, I hope that this time we manage to get a time lapse out of it. here we have the finishing touches and it is done. Well, the front of it anyway. There's no back yet, no sides either, no roof. But it does capture kind of the feel I was going for with the more city-like houses. We'll have, of course, a little shop in here, which is why it has this awning up top. Maybe a flower shop, I'm not sure yet. But yeah, it's looking good. I'm still not entirely sure how I want to do the back. You have this kind of weird little tongue over here. And I'm not sure, maybe I'll just make a little garden or something, or if I want balconies. Yeah, we'll see, we'll just figure it out. Next episode probably. But yeah, it's definitely a good start for the area. We of course also need to change this floor, some kind of street. Maybe with some like little stalls, market stalls around here. And then I need something to kind of cap it off, or like some kind of ending, some proper one over here, because it's weird how it just slopes down to the water this abruptly, I feel like. Or maybe we could have some kind of viewing platform that looks over to this island, and then we would of course have to put some kind of attraction on that island. Yeah, I'm not sure, but there's of course some ideas floating around my head, as you can see. We'll just see what we land with, I guess. But yeah, I definitely like where this is going, and I'm happy to see this area now. Actually, it feels like it's actually filling up more, which it's, of course, this is our first project here in the survival world, so I'm happy to see it going so well. And yeah, I think this is one of my favorite pieces so far, actually. I really like this theater and this scene, and yeah, I'm sure this will be like the spot that will feel the most alive in the entire area, and I'm very happy with that. So I think we did some really good work in today's episode, and I have of course lots of plans for the next one as always. So I hope you enjoyed. I have been Nellas, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye!